Folks, let's have a frank conversation about money, quick wealth or slow and steady growth. In a world full of flashy advertisements and social media gurus, the dream of getting rich quick is everywhere you look. You see people on your phone screen, standing next to fancy cars, living in big mansions, and they tell you that you can have it all too. They promise a secret formula, a shortcut to wealth. This promise is powerful. It taps into a deep desire for financial freedom, for a life without money worries. The problem is real. Lasting wealth is almost never built overnight. It's built brick by brick. Smart decisions, discipline, time. When someone dangles the carrot of fast, massive returns, an alarm bell should go off. These offers can be incredibly tempting, especially when you feel stuck or falling behind financially. But that temptation is exactly what scammers count on. They use your hopes and your fears to rush you into making a bad decision. This essay is designed to be your guide. We will shine a light on the tactics used to separate you from your hard-earned money, and give you a clear, simple plan to protect yourself. This conversation is more important now than ever before. The internet has made it incredibly easy for anyone to present themselves as an expert. It has also made it easier for scams to spread like wildfire, reaching millions with just a few clicks. This is why we need to talk about figures like Tai Lopez. The discussions surrounding him aren't just about one person. They're about a larger trend of online personalities selling expensive courses and investment programs with big, bold claims. Understanding this phenomenon is key to developing wisdom and discernment, so you can navigate modern investing and personal finance without falling into a trap. Our goal here is simple: to arm you with knowledge. We will start with common red flags, then examine the Tai Lopez controversy as a case study, and finally, clear steps to verify any offer and keep your money safe. The allure of quick wealth is a powerful force. It taps into a deep-seated human desire for financial freedom and security. Scammers are masters of exploiting this desire, and their playbook often begins with the same seductive opening move. The first and most obvious red flag is the promise of huge returns with little to no risk. This is the foundational lie upon which most investment scams are built. If you hear phrases like guaranteed profits, double your money in a month, or risk-free investment, you need to run the other way. These are not just marketing slogans, they are mathematical and economic impossibilities. Think about it. If someone truly had a method to generate guaranteed high returns, why would they sell it to you for a few hundred or a few $1,000s? They would be quietly compounding their own fortune, becoming the wealthiest person on the planet. They wouldn't be advertising on social media. In the real world, risk and return are always connected. This is the fundamental principle of finance. The only way to achieve higher potential returns is by accepting higher risk. A government bond is low risk, so it offers a low return. A venture capital investment in a new tech startup has the potential for massive returns, but it also carries an extremely high risk of losing everything. There is no exception to this rule. Scammers will often claim to have a secret system, a proprietary trading bot, or a magic AI algorithm that has cracked the code of the market. There is no secret market or magic algorithm that eliminates risk entirely. Even the world's most sophisticated hedge funds, employing armies of PhDs and supercomputers, cannot guarantee profits. They manage risk, they don't eliminate it. Anyone claiming otherwise is either lying or dangerously ignorant. Furthermore, legitimate investment professionals and products are bound by law. They are required to be registered with regulatory bodies like the SEC or FINRA, and must provide detailed disclosure documents, like a prospectus, that clearly outline all potential risks. Legitimate professionals are required to disclose risks, not hide them behind impossible promises. If they aren't registered or can't provide official documentation, it's a sign you're dealing with an unregistered and likely illegal offering. Another major red flag is intense pressure to act immediately. This is a classic psychological tactic designed to bypass your critical thinking. You'll see phrases like, "only 5 spots left," "the price doubles at midnight," or "this is a one-time offer for the first 20 buyers." They are manufacturing a false sense of scarcity and urgency to trigger your fear of missing out, or FOMO. This pressure is the opposite of how the legitimate financial world operates. A sound investment is based on careful research, due diligence, and thoughtful consideration of how it fits into your personal financial goals. A legitimate opportunity will still be there tomorrow, next week, and next month. The only thing that disappears at midnight is the scammer's ability to prey on your impulsive emotions. If an offer can't withstand a 48-hour cooling-off period for you to do your research, it was never a real offer to begin with. The third warning sign is a deliberate lack of transparency. Be wary of strategies that are overly complex, secret, or impossible to understand. Scammers often hide behind a curtain of complexity, hoping you'll be too intimidated or embarrassed to admit you don't understand. They want you to feel like you're being let in on a secret known only to the financial elite. If explanations devolve into vague buzzwords or phrases like, "I can't share," "it's proprietary," or "it's a complex quantitative model," that's a massive warning sign. This is often coupled with a refusal to provide audited track records, verifiable brokerage statements, or any form of independent third-party verification of their claimed results. They might show you a fancy spreadsheet or a screenshot, but these are easily faked. A trustworthy advisor can explain their investment strategy in a way that you can understand. They can articulate the risks, the costs, and the potential outcomes clearly. They welcome questions and provide verifiable proof of their credentials and performance history. If they can't, or won't, it often means there's no real strategy at all. The complexity is a smokescreen, the secrecy is a shield, and the pressure is a trap. The only thing they're truly selling is a story, and the only guaranteed outcome is that you will lose your money. Recognizing these early warning signs is your first and most powerful line of defense. To truly understand the landscape of the modern online business world and to learn how to navigate it safely, we need to begin with a case study that defined an entire era of digital marketing. We need to talk about Tai Lopez. For a period of time, it was nearly impossible to browse the internet without encountering him. He's an entrepreneur and online personality who became a household name, not necessarily for a specific product, but for the sheer, unavoidable force of his aggressive social media advertising. His strategy wasn't just about selling, it was about creating a cultural moment, a conversation that you were either a part of or were trying to escape. This approach became a blueprint, a masterclass in capturing attention in a saturated digital world, and its lessons are critical for anyone trying to distinguish genuine opportunity from sophisticated illusion. If you were on YouTube between 2015 and 2017, this scene is likely seared into your memory. The video would often begin with a casual, almost nonchalant tour of a garage filled with luxury cars, or a stroll through a sprawling mansion. Then came the iconic line, delivered with a book in hand. "You know what I like more than my Lamborghini? Knowledge." This wasn't just an ad, it was a carefully constructed narrative. It was a hook designed to stop you from clicking skip ad. It presented a paradox, a man surrounded by the most overt symbols of material wealth, who claimed to value intellectual wealth even more. This juxtaposition was the core of its power. It immediately disarmed the cynical viewer who might dismiss him as just another rich guy showing off. Instead, it framed him as a philosopher king of the digital age, someone who had cracked the code to both wealth and wisdom. The approach didn't just grab attention, it manufactured curiosity on an industrial scale. It tapped directly into a deep-seated desire for a lavish lifestyle, but it did so under the guise of self-improvement. The message wasn't simply, get rich, it was get smart, and the riches will follow. This subtle reframing made the aspirational fantasy feel more attainable, more noble. It wasn't about greed, it was about personal growth. This strategy was a masterstroke in leveraging cognitive biases. The luxury cars and mansion triggered the halo effect, where our positive impression of his wealth made us assume his advice must also be high quality. The sheer volume of his ads created a powerful sense of social proof. If he's this successful and visible, he must be legitimate. With the hook set, Lopez masterfully positioned himself as the ultimate mentor. He wasn't just a teacher, he was a curator of wisdom, a human search engine for success. His central claim was that he had distilled the knowledge from thousands of books on business, philosophy, health, and psychology into digestible, actionable lessons. This narrative is incredibly appealing because it offers a shortcut. We all know we read more, but who has the time to read a book a day? He presented himself as the solution, a guide who had done the grueling work for you. All you had to do was listen and absorb his synthesized knowledge. This created a powerful dynamic of authority, positioning his advice not as mere opinion, but as the culmination of the world's greatest minds. So, what was he actually selling? His primary products were online courses and mentorship programs. The flagship offer was his 67 Steps program, which promised the foundational keys to achieving the good life, a concept that cleverly blended health, wealth, love, and happiness. But the product ecosystem quickly expanded. He launched high-ticket programs on social media marketing, real estate investing, credit repair, and e-commerce. Each course was a self-contained universe, promising to turn a novice into an expert, equipped with the tools to build a new income stream. The marketing for these courses was relentless, often employing scarcity tactics like countdown timers and limited spots to create a sense of urgency, compelling potential buyers to act immediately for fear of missing out. And the marketing reached an unprecedented scale. We're talking about a digital omnipresence that cost millions but reached hundreds of millions of people. This saturation campaign did more than just sell courses. It built a massive, undeniable personal brand. Tai Lopez became synonymous with the online guru archetype. Whether you loved him or hated him, you knew who he was. This brand became his most valuable asset, a platform from which he could launch any number of ventures, confident that a massive audience was already paying attention. At its heart, the core message was undeniably positive and resonated with a generation hungry for direction. Prioritize self-improvement and embrace entrepreneurship. Read more books. Learn from people who have achieved what you want to achieve. Most importantly, stop procrastinating and take action. This is the seductive power of his content. It's difficult to argue against the principles of reading, learning, and acting. The message itself is sound advice that you might hear from a trusted professor or family member. It's this foundation of genuinely good advice that makes the entire enterprise so complex and, for many, so confusing to evaluate. For this reason, many people found the message profoundly inspiring. Countless testimonials and online comments credited his courses with providing new business ideas, a much-needed motivational push, or the confidence to finally start a long-dreamed-of project. For some, the value wasn't in a specific tactic but in the mindset shift, the permission to think bigger and to view entrepreneurship as a viable path. They paid for the information, but what they received was inspiration and a sense of community. Yet, for every success story, his meteoric rise was shadowed by significant questions and widespread criticism. Skeptics questioned the true source of his wealth, the originality of his content, and the actual value delivered in his high-priced courses. Allegations of using rented assets and marketing tactics that blurred the line between inspiration and manipulation became common. This controversy is a critical part of the story, and we will explore it in detail. Tai Lopez, therefore, represents far more than just one individual. He represents a powerful and replicable marketing blueprint that masterfully blends lifestyle aspiration with educational promises. Understanding this blueprint, its psychological triggers, its narrative structure, and its business model is the first and most crucial step. It equips you with the critical thinking skills needed to look past the polished surface and evaluate the substance underneath the flash, not just with him, but with anyone who follows a similar path. The controversy isn't a single event but a pattern of marketing and business practices that raised questions. Ads with exotic cars, private jets, and mansions created an impression of effortless wealth. Critics called this misleading. It suggested buying courses was an easy path to that lifestyle, a powerful, potentially deceptive tactic. Many felt a disconnect between promises and delivery. Some reported generic content available free online or in books. They expected clear, step-by-step blueprints, but got broad philosophy. Another contention, aggressive upselling. Buy low tier, then pushed into pricier programs, mentorships and software. Customer service issues and refund difficulties compounded skepticism. The lesson: look past the sizzle to find the steak. Style and hype versus substance and proof. Charisma and flashy lifestyle aren't substitutes for proven expertise and a solid, transparent product. The debate: was the marketing honest, and did the products deliver value proportional to the price? Be discerning, especially when someone's selling a dream. Scammers and aggressive marketers have a playbook, similar psychological tricks to get you to open your wallet. They flood sites and ads with testimonials, often fake, paid or cherry-picked, so you trust the crowd over your judgment. They leverage authority, celebrity or charismatic leader appearing confident, wealthy and successful, so we believe them. A rags-to-riches narrative and secret discovery make them relatable and right. They're selling access and exclusivity, making it feel more valuable than it is. They appeal to emotion, not logic. Worried about retirement, can't miss investment, hate your job, be your own boss. They paint the life you want, then frame their product as the only bridge. Emotional arousal triggers impulsive action, and you miss red flags. Commitment and consistency. A free ebook or webinar leads to $49, then $997. Each yes makes no harder. The funnel pulls you deeper until you've spent far more than intended. Section 6. Your defensive strategy. Practical steps to safeguard your investments. Your best defense is a good offense. Be proactive and skeptical. First, slow down. No matter how urgent it seems, give yourself time to think. Use a 24-hour rule. When pressured to buy, stop, wait a day. Let the excitement fade. Let reason take over. Next, do your own homework. Search for independent reviews and patterns, like repeated refund problems. Always ask for proof. For investments, get a prospectus or offering memorandum. Understand the investment risks and fees. For courses promising income, ask for verified student success. If they refuse or get defensive, walk away. Get a second opinion from someone with no skin in the game. Ideally, a fiduciary advisor. They help you see past hype and align choices to your goals. Never make a big money decision alone. Really. Never make a big money decision alone. Section 7. Simple checks, big protection. Your due diligence checklist. First, official registration. SEC's IAPD and FINRA's broker check show licenses, complaints, and legal permission to sell investments. If they don't show up, don't give them your money. Second, verify a real office and a working phone. Mailboxes, forwarding services, or empty lots are red flags. Third, investigate online history. A 20 years claim with a domain registered 3 months ago is a lie. Look for longevity and consistency, not brand new accounts blasting ads. Fourth, demand a written plan and clear refund policy. For a course, a detailed syllabus. For an investment, a strategy document. Confident companies have fair refunds. If refunds are impossible, they expect you'll want one. These simple checks create big protection. Use this checklist before you spend a dime. Section 8. How to judge a course or mentor. In a world saturated with online experts, discerning substance from salesmanship is your most critical skill. The right mentor can accelerate your journey, but the wrong one can set you back years and thousands of dollars. So, how do you build a reliable filter? It starts with a rigorous evidence-based approach. First, has the teacher actually done what they teach, successfully, and at scale? Don't take their word for it. Their sales page is a marketing document, not a resume. You must become a detective. Seek independent third-party proof beyond their own curated websites. Look for their name in news articles from reputable sources, not just press releases. Search public records for business registrations, professional licenses, or even past bankruptcies and lawsuits. A genuine expert leaves a verifiable trail. If someone teaches real estate, are they a licensed agent or broker? If they teach investing, do they hold any financial certifications like a CFP? The absence of a professional footprint for a self-proclaimed professional is a monumental red flag. Second, demand a detailed syllabus before you even think about entering your credit card information. Vague promises are worthless. A module list that says, "The mindset of the rich," or "Unlocking your potential," isn't a curriculum, it's a motivational poster. A real curriculum is granular. It lists specific, actionable skills, tools, and frameworks you will learn. For a marketing course, it should specify Module 4, Setting Up Conversion Tracking with Google Tag Manager. For a real estate course, it should detail Week 6, Analyzing cap rates and cash-on-cash return for multifamily properties. If they refuse to show you a detailed breakdown, it's because they either don't have one, or they know it won't stand up to scrutiny. Third, evaluate the support structure. Education is not a solo activity. Strong programs include direct access to instructors and subject matter experts, not just customer service reps. Look for scheduled live Q&A sessions, office hours, and an active, moderated community forum. A pre-recorded video library with a login is not a course, it's a digital book. The value often lies in the feedback loop, the ability to ask nuanced questions, get personalized guidance, and network with peers who are on the same path. A lonely login page is a sign of a low-effort, high-margin product designed for scale, not for your success. Fourth, do the math. If a course costs thousands of dollars, you must map a realistic, conservative path to earn that money back. This isn't about believing their hype, it's about building your own business case. How many clients would you need to land? How many products would you need to sell? And how long will that realistically take? Then, validate the demand for the skills being taught. Don't just trust the testimonials. Reach out to people already working in the field you want to enter. Ask them, is this skill in high demand? Is this course well regarded? Or is it unknown? Their unbiased, real-world perspective is worth more than any sales copy. Finally, don't let hype, scarcity tactics, or the promise of a magic bullet cloud your judgment. The more aggressive the marketing, the more skeptical you should be. Section 9. Your action plan. This brings us to your permanent toolkit for financial self-defense. We've created a due diligence checklist based on everything we've covered. Print this list, put it on your fridge, save a copy to your phone, keep it in your wallet. This isn't just for today, it's a process to use before you commit to any new course, investment, or business opportunity. This is your takeaway, your shield against scams, and your defense against emotional, impulsive decisions driven by hype. It's a system to force a pause, to replace excitement with examination. Let's walk through the core tenets. 1. Lead with skepticism, not optimism. Assume every claim is marketing until proven otherwise. 2. Verify everything independently. Trust, but verify, is too weak. The mantra is, verify, then trust. 3. Don't get rushed. Scarcity is a manufactured sales tactic. Any legitimate opportunity will still be there after you've had 48 hours to think and research. 4. Use regulated platforms and licensed professionals whenever possible. 5. Always get a trusted, impartial second opinion. From a spouse, a mentor, or a professional who has no financial stake in your decision. And 6. Guard your personal and financial data as if it were gold. Because when you strip away all the noise, the secrets to wealth aren't secrets at all. They are disciplined, time-tested principles. Live on less than you make. Aggressively eliminate high-interest debt. Consistently invest for the long term in diversified, low-cost instruments that you fundamentally understand. This path isn't glamorous. It doesn't sell high-ticket courses. But it is real, and it works. The entire ecosystem of Get Rich Quick, exemplified by figures like Tai Lopez and countless others, is a powerful reminder that style can never replace substance. A rented Lamborghini is not a financial plan. A mansion in the hills is not a substitute for a diversified portfolio. True, sustainable wealth is built brick by brick through knowledge, discipline, and patient execution, not on a foundation of hype and false promises. Your financial future is your responsibility. Protect it.